Good morning, students. Welcome back to plus two second year English. The name of the poem is Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. We have already discussed the poem. Today, we shall discuss about the questions and answers given in the text. Before going to the session, we let's discuss about the use of figures of speech as the question answer session relates that I mean some of the questions of this session is are related to the figure of speech. So let's have a look of a figure of speech. Yes, a figure of speech is a word or phrase that possesses a separate meaning from its literary definition. Actually गोटे वर्ड आम फिगर ऑफ स्पीच दिस इज आमर ओडिया शास्त्र अलंकार शास्त्र बोली कहुए से अलंकार शास्त्र दुई प्रकार थाए गोटे शब्द अलंकार आउ गोटे अर्थ अलंकार सिमिलर इज द केस विथ इंग्लिश लिटरेचर सो इन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर वी यूज डिफरेंट रेटोरिक devices in order to make our writing or speaking or speech attractive, impactful, and also dramatic. So here the original words and phrases lose their original meaning. Okay, it can be a metaphor or simile. We will discuss what is simile and what is metaphor. So simile means upama, metaphor we say yes, simile, upama and metaphor, rupaka designed to make a comparison. Generally these figures of speech are used to compare between two things. It can be the repetition of alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of letters, frequent repetition of letters or words. As is the case in Oriya. Oriya रे आम्ही ताकू कौन कही इन alliteration that is देख रे नलिनी 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 रे शोभित ये नलिनी पद जिन बारंबार आसूची अनुप्रास. So it can be the repetition of alliteration or the exaggeration of hyperbole, atishoyakti, to provide a dramatic effect to our speech or writing. Okay, let's move. So before that, so there are many figures of speech like simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, apostrophe, oxymoron, onomatopoeia, and the other devices are used to compare. So today we will discuss about three figures of speech. One is simile, another is a metaphor, and another hyperbole. So what is simile? Look at the yes, look at the page. Simile. Simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vividly. So, simile, it is I told you, it is a figure of speech that uses a comparison between two unsimilar things. It is done using words like as, so. These two things must have one thing in common. The things that are कंपेयर्ड शुड हैव वन थिंग इन कॉमन तामाने जो दुईटा जिनस को आम तुलना करुवा से दुईटा जिनस मध्य निश्चित भाव गोटे साधारण धर्म थी पड़ो यहीटार जो धर्मटा थी सेटार भी से धर्मटा थी दरकार तेरे आम देखा आवर सोल्जर्स आर एज ब्रेव एज लायन और here is a sentence that is you were as brave as a lion. एटा आम देखा मार्क दैट here we are comparing two different things. One is you and another is lion. So in the word in the words you and lion the common characteristic is bravery. So that is brave, the common word. They both are common, they both are known for bravery. As brave as a lion. Who is you were as brave as a lion. Similarly, another sentence, she is like an angel. Here beauty is common and love is patient and so is my mother. In this sentence love and mother are compared and patient is common in them. So in simile we generally compare two unlike things. We compare between two unlike things and those two unlike things have one thing in common. In simile we generally use words like as, like, so. Here are some examples of simile. First, you were as brave as a lion. Here you is compared to lion with the help of comparing words as and the common thing between them is bravery. They fought like cats and dogs. Here the comparing word is used like and they is compared to cats and dogs. He is as funny as a barrel, yes, of monkeys. Similarly, this house is as clean as a whistle. He is as strong as an ox. Your explanation is as clear as mud. Watching the show was like watching grass grow. Now let's move to the next, that is metaphor rupaka. A figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. So I told you a metaphor is a figure of speech that uses a comparison between two unlike things. These two unlike things must have one thing in common. Now you must be thinking in simile. Also we said the same thing, but there is a difference between both of them. While in simile we use words like as, so, like to compare two things. Here in metaphor we don't use them. Let's look into a previous example of this simile and try to convert or change it into metaphor. Yes, the sentence is our soldiers are as brave as a lion. Here we compare our soldiers with the lion. If we remove as brave as, we will get the sentence our soldiers are lion. Could understand? So in this statement our soldiers also in this statement our soldiers are also compared with the lion. Common thing in between is bravery. We have not used the word so, like. Oh, this is also a comparison, but in metaphor we don't we don't use comparing words like as so. Similarly, here are other sentences. Let's have a look at it. The snow is a white blanket. He is a shining star. He long her long hair was flowing golden river. Tom's eyes were eyes as he stared at her. The children were flowers grown in a concrete garden. Kisses are the flowers of affection. The falling snow flakes are dancers. The calm lake was a mirror. Okay, this was about metaphor, and these were the examples of metaphors. Metaphor. Now let's move to the next point, that is hyperbole, अतिशयोक्ति, exaggerated statement or claims not meant to be taken literally. आम अधिका कहवा तो exaggeration or overstatement. Sometimes we say something, we make some over description of something to create a lasting impression in the mind of the listener or reader. So let's know what is hyperbole. Just 1 minute. So a hyperbole is a figure of speech that exaggerate or called exaggerated statements or claims not meant to be taken. So we say both here. Hyperbole is a figure of speech wherein we exaggerate or overstate a statement. It is done for expressing something forcefully and clearly. Let's look into the examples of hyperbole. Here is a sentence: the river of blood flooded in the battlefield. Here in this sentence, or here, to make the reader understand that there was too much of blood shed, we exaggerated the situation or even or overstated by saying that field was full of blood. So this statement is hyperbole. Similarly is the case in Oriya. While speaking in Oriya, समटाइम्स केतल केमी आम कहीदे जदि जड़े दी तीन थर बारंबार कहीदेला ना आम कौन मो यहाँ बारंबार कहूँ बा कहीं तू यहाँ 1000 थर कहूँ प्रकृत में सी 2 थर कही किंतु ताको आम कहूँ कौन मो से 1000 थर कहूँ यहीटा कहुए दिस इज कॉल्ड एक्जागरेशन और मेकिंग ओवर स्टेटमेंट. सिमिलरली देर आर अदर एग्जांपल्स ऑफ अदर सेंटेंसेस that are best example of hyperboles. So generally hyperbole adds emphasis, gurutva देता है. I have told you to clean your room a million times. किए million times कहूँ. It was so cold. I saw polar bears wearing hats and jackets. She is so dumb. She thinks Taco Bell is a Mexican phone company. I am so hungry I could eat a horse. I have a million things to do today. So these are the best examples of hyperbole. So we discussed just a little before, we discussed about the figurative writing of simile, upama, next metaphor, rupaka, and hyperbole, that is atishyokti. Now let us start our question answer session. Yes. The question is, when did the poet see the daffodils? While wandering like a lonely cloud, the poet saw a crowd of golden daffodils. Yes. Where did the poet see the daffodils? Yes. The poet saw the daffodils beside the lake beneath the trees. Next, fill in the blank to describe the idea of stanza. The poet was wandering in the English countryside. He saw thousands of daffodils fluttering and dancing beneath trees, and beside the lake, the daffodils appear to be dancing in the strong breeze. Yes, next question. Question number 4. What does the poet compare the daffodils with? The poet compares the daffodils with the stars shining, with the ever shining stars. The poet compares the daffodils with the ever shining stars. Next one, question number 5. Yes, what resembles does he find between the stars and daffodils? Question number 5. The stars are endless and infinite. The stars are shining continuously. Similarly, the stars are shining. Well, next question. What resemblance does the find between the stars and the daffodils? Yes, the poet finds continuity in between the stars and the daffodils. The stars are shining continuously. Similarly, the daffodils are dancing continuously. Okay, now let's move to the question number 6. What does the poet say about the number of flowers? About the number of flowers, the poet says that there were 10,000 daffodils seen at a glance. Okay, just 1 minute. Let's move to the next question. Yes, question number 7. Where were the flowers? The flowers stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of the bay. Bay means in upakula. Among the margin of bay means upakula dhare dhare. Which of the two danced more sprightly, the waves or the daffodils? The daffodils danced more sprightly. Or the answer is the daffodils. How does the poet feel while looking at the daffodils? Just 1 minute. While looking at the daffodils, the poet thought that the daffodils brought him untold wealth, inexpressible bliss, in unthought wealth. Okay. Next question number 10. What happens to the poet when he lies on his couch? When the poet lies on his couch, the picture of daffodils flashed back in his mind. Next, mention the two moods of the poet. Question number 11. Just 1 minute. Mention the two moods of the poet. The two moods of a poet were pensive mood and vacant mood. What does the poet feel when he remembers the sight of the daffodils? When the poet remembers the sight of the daffodils, his heart is filled with pleasure and danced with the daffodils. Yes, question number 13. When does the poet write the poem beside or up the leg. The poet writes the poem of the leg. Next question number 14. Yes, do you find a rhyming scheme? Rhyme scheme in the poem. The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A B A B A cloud and crowd, B hills and daffodils, ending with a rhyming couplet C trees and bridge. Is the rhyming scheme similar in other three stanzas, or do you find any variation अन्य किसी माने विभिन्नता लक्ष्य करुच कि ताने से कहला यही कविताटी जो कविताटी लेखा जाइए तार प्रथम लाइन आ द्वितीय लाइन शेष पद गुड़ाक उच्चारण मेल खाऊवा बेले प्रथम है एक लाइन शेष पद तीन लाइन शेष पद मेल खाऊँ दुई लाइन चार लाइन शेष पदर उच्चारण मेल खाऊँ तापर कौन कौन है सी मेल खाऊँ से भाया पैटर्नटा सी कौच। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. Yes, the rhyme scheme in the poem is A B C. The rhyme scheme is similar in other three stanzas to अन्य stanza मानकर मध्य सही भाया का पैटर्न अच्छी. Next question is how many times is the word dance repeated in this poem? In which line does it show the happiness and liveliness of the flowers? Yes, the word dance is repeated 4 times in the poem. In the last line of stanza 2, it shows the happiness and liveliness of the flowers. Next, question number 16. In which line does it create a sense of harmonious relationship between the daffodils and the waves? Question number 16. Yes, in stanza 3, line 12 and 13, it creates a sense of harmonious relationship between the daffodils and the waves. In question number 17. Okay, just 1 minute. Yes, question number 7. Yes, question number 17. Just 1 minute. Let's see. Okay. Question number 17. In which line does this harmonious relationship include the poet himself? In line 15, this harmonious relationship include the poet himself. Question number 18. What figure of speech do you find in the poem? In the poem, we can find simile, metaphor. Simile means upama, metaphor, rupaka, hyperbole, atishoyakti type of figures of speech. What example of simile do you find in the poem? The similes are I wandered lonely as a cloud. जेहेतु एज लगी I have told you when comparison is made with the use of as like so that relates to simile and यही सेंटेंस रे आमे देखुचे comparing word as लगी so it is a simile. Continuous as the stars that shine. In this sentence also there is a use of comparing a word as, so it is the perfect example of simile. So next question 20. Metaphor is a figure of speech that makes an implicit comparison between two unlike things. In what wealth the soul to me had brought. The poet imagines the happiness brought to him by the beautiful scene of the flowers as wealth. Does he use a metaphor here? Yes, he uses a metaphor here. Question number 21. 10,000 saw I at a glance. is a exaggeration. You know, Atiranjita Kathada, actually it is not a general fact. So, will you call it a hyperbole? Yes, it is a hyperbole. What figures of speech does the poet use in they stretched in never-ending lines? This may be a hyperbole. So that is the end of the poem Daffodils and the end of the question answer sessions. In we shall discuss the other poems, the other topics, other stories in our next class. Till then, bye. Thank you.